Sure can't. I can't even hear myself on the phone. Okay. 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 So okay, there we go. Okay, so now let me start over. This is the Truth Be Told with myself, Tbeyb, on KUAW Radio. If you have a business or an event that you'd like sponsor here on KUAW, make sure to send us an email at kuaw985@gmail.com. We are available 24/7 on the World Wide Web. That's www.kuaw.org. If you're watching me live over Facebook, hey, and if you're listening to me over the air and you'd like to watch me live, hop over to our Facebook page or our YouTube page, KUAW Radio. We are KUAW Radio across the board, across all social media platforms. So make sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, however you like to get your entertainment. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, share with your family and friends so that they can all take part in the content that we have here for you on KUAW Radio. Okay. Um, I'm sorry, I didn't even get a chance to. There we go. I didn't get a chance to share my post. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so what I want to talk about first. I had it in here, so let me see. Oh yeah, welcome to August. It seems like this year has been going by really, really fast. Seems like we're about to go through another COVID shutdown with the number of cases and stuff rising with the Delta variant that's out now, and I guess the vaccine doesn't work against. I guess it helps, but it's not necessarily working with stopping people from getting it or probably spreading it. Um, it's a lot. Back to school is a lot of back to school events going on. Make sure you tap into the back to school events in whatever city that you're located in. I know they just had I know that they will be having some back to school events coming up in Kansas City. So make sure you keep your eyes open for that. I know here in Houston, some things going down. So y'all know what time of year it is, and these kids are actually going back to school. Fingers crossed. I seen a lot of teachers saying that they didn't want to go back to teaching virtually. I know a lot of parents are excited for their children to be going back to the schoolhouse. How long do you guys think it's gonna last? In the paragraph because with everything seeming like it's about to shut back down. What's up? I mean, I'm in Texas. Y'all know Texas governor, like, nah, he nothing. He good. I don't know, but I mean, I feel like long as you stay safe and you do what it is that you feel right for you. I'm not for or against the vaccine. If you want to do it, then do it. If you don't, then don't. I feel like everybody should have their choice of how they want to live their life and what they choose to do, for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's just personally how I feel about it. Um, and really that's the truth. Like, we shouldn't be controlled by anything. Like, we are, um if we have our freedom of choice to do what it is that we feel is right for us and our bodies and our mind, so I definitely don't. Oh, y'all know what, I didn't forgot to, I'm sorry. um but yeah, so I definitely feel like people should have their own choice and things of what it is that they choose to do. Which brings me to my next point of conversation, because you got a lot of companies now that are requiring the COVID-19, requiring their employees to have the vaccination by a certain deadline to, come back to work. A lot of it is October. So I've seen a couple of companies. So it's like Google, Facebook, Twitter. Yeah, it's a lot of more. It's a lot more. Well, let me see if my phone. But yeah. So I'm so glad I work from home. I'm not even gonna lie, because I don't understand. See, I never trust anything that the government gave out for free, right? And so once they start giving it out for free, then they start paying people to take it. Then now you're requiring people to take it. Like, it's just, what I'm saying? It's just never set right with me. It's not something that I'll jump up and be like, yeah, let me go get it, or let me go do it. You know what I'm saying? Or I like I said, nothing against nobody that did or chooses to or anything like that. Like again, do what makes you feel safe, for you. I don't have no judgment against you. I pray that you ain't got none against me. You know what I'm saying? Just let people be. See, if we all could just let people be free to do what it is that they want to do, as long as it doesn't affect you or anyone else around you, then and I'm not saying that to be selfish or whatever, but I'm saying like not if it's I'm not saying that people should just go out and be able to just rob people or take from somebody else or take whatever they want or do whatever they want to do, or you know what I'm saying, but you should have personal freedom over how it is you choose your life. You shouldn't be able to be forced now. You should be able to be held accountable for the decisions that you make. And yes, that's justice and everything like that. So that should keep you in line of, not wanting to go steal or kill or, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But we know people do that anyway. Um, so yeah, I just don't think that you should be forced to do anything. Like I don't think you should be forced to. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's a lot. Okay, so you got um Anthem, which I don't know, that's in Atlanta, a place called Black Rock, Cisco, Delta Airlines, DoorDash, the people that work in the office, not the people that do the delivery, Equinox, Facebook, Ford. Ooh, that's gonna be crazy. Ford. I know a lot of people that work for Ford. Uh, uh, Goldman Sachs, Google, Jeffries, Lyft, Microsoft, Morgan Stanley, Netflix, New York Times, Saks. Oh yeah, I did see Saks Fifth was on that list. Salesforce, Twitter, Tyson's Foods, Uber, the people in the office, not the people that yeah. And then it says, what they said, if you are not fully vaccinated, you would have to work from home till fully vaccinated. See, I enjoy working from home. So if someone was to tell me that, you know what I'm saying, I would be with it. Like, cool. I don't got no problem with working from home. I'd rather work from home. So, I'll be good with that. Union Square Hospitality Group, United Airlines, Disney. Yeah, Disney was on that list. Walmart is on that list. The Washington Post. So all these companies are making it mandatory for their employees to have the COVID-19 vaccination. And that's where I would have to draw the line. And that's where I feel like you start crossing over into, like I said, control. You know what I'm saying? Like you, then you messing with people's livelihoods. So it's like, do you just not work for these companies? And it's like, could they are enough? Well, maybe enough people will be okay with getting it, and then maybe a higher enough people that's with it, and it is. I guess it'll become like a thing of separation, and like they just throw so much stuff in the mix for us to separate ourselves from each other and have like judgment or something towards each other. Like what if the people start looking at like, oh, and we talked about this when the vaccination things first came out. Like we talked about this stuff, or we talked about this before. So y'all know how I feel about it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to be forced to do anything. You know what I'm saying? I want to do everything about, my own will, off my own will, and discipline and mindset. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this turns out and to see how many more companies follow suit with this mandatory vaccinations. Let me know in the comments, what would you do if your job came out with a memo tomorrow and said that it's mandatory that you have to get vaccinated. Let me know how you would feel. You know what I'm saying? Put that down in the comments. Let me know how you would feel about that if you're not vaccinated already. You know what I'm saying? Some people have no problem with it, right? And some people just probably, like, it really doesn't matter. So I know they started paying people to get it shoot, the lines will be off the charts. They might start running out. Y'all know where I'm going, straight to the stock market. Okay, I'm going to invest in the companies that make it. And that's just what I'm gonna have to do, you know. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep my eye out on that over the next couple of weeks and see how that unfolds and see how they and on what they do about schools. You know, like what if they make it mandatory for the teachers and then for the children, like to even go to school? Ooh, would you vaccinate your child? Ooh, that's a good one. Y'all put that in the comments. We're gonna talk about that next week to see what we'll see what how it's gonna turn out because that's gonna start to come up too the next couple of weeks with school starting back. Or supposedly, you know, with school supposed to start back. Most is like the 11th, so the second, third week of August, which is coming up. Tom has been flying. So um yeah. Let me know in the comments of this video if you have a child. Did you choose to vaccinate your child? Would you choose to vaccinate your child? Yeah, because I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna look into that for next week and our things unfold because, like I said, I know that's about to start coming up. And if they're mandatory, if they're making these vaccinations mandatory for all these other companies, you know, then what if they make it mandatory for teachers? And it's like if you know, this mandatory stuff again. But we'll see how it turns out. We'll see what they choose to do or how they choose to go about it. You know, so yes. I'm sorry, I still never sent this share post. Y'all share my video, so but yeah, because I didn't send it. I didn't get a chance to send it. So let me see what else I had on my list because I got my list here. Okay, cool. Because I want to talk about Simone, and I might have to cut off a little early too. So, um, I want to talk about Simone. Okay. Oh, because I haven't really been on since this stuff started going down, right? Yesterday, I missed my. You know, I'm gonna get a little transparent with y'all, right? I missed my Sunday self care ritual this week. And I feel like it threw me off. You know what I'm saying? Granted, today's only Tuesday, so I've been able to get myself back together. That's the mindset. You know, you got to be able. I practice a long time to be able to control my life and not let my life control me, right? And that's really the truth of life, you know. Like that's if I ain't never told y'all nothing, y'all get that, right? Because um when you are not afraid of when fear has completely like kind of left your life, when it's like you weigh out your consequences, like or what it is, the decisions that you make, you kind of play chess, right? You kind of see what type of anytime you come to a crossroad, you see what type of decision that you can make and what the outcome you probably can picture what the outcome of what different moves you can make, right? It's like that's why they say life is like a game of chess. um and this is taking me somewhere, but it's on my sign to say this, so I'm just gonna put this out here. But so yeah, so that's what they mean when it's like life is a game. It's like a game of chess because if you play chess, then you know, like chess, you calculate and strategize. You know, you think about your move. When I'm playing chess, I'm thinking about even though as my opponent is doing their moves or whatever, I'm making my moves. I'm probably about 3 moves ahead. Just and I probably got 3 or 4 different moves in my mind just based off what my opponent could do, based off where their pieces are because I know the board. You know, I know what possibilities they can move, so I know what you know. I kind of make different outcomes, different situations of which way I'm gonna go based off what I can perceive is going to happen, right? Or I know it's gonna happen, or whatever. You never really know, but you can prepare for it. You can strategize for it, right? Now the thing about it is your thoughts are like this too. You know what I'm saying? Is if when you, I mean, because life is like that, but life is your thoughts is your chess pieces on your board, right? And in this game of life, and so if you can learn to, like I said, I missed my self care Sunday. routine. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of threw me off balance. I kind of felt it all day Monday, but I could feel when I'm off balance. You know, I can feel when my attitude is not right, or if you know, I might choose to be in a house or choose to be around people. You know, whatever. But at the same time, you know, you do that because it's knowing thyself. Right? It says know thyself. We gotta know who, and when it says know thyself, it's not saying know really like your character, you know what I'm saying, things like that. People think it's like your personality and all kind of things like that, but it's really knowing how the human body works, you know, because we are souls. We're, you know, having a human experience. We're in these human vehicles, but they come with a carnal flesh too. They come with carnal existence and emotions and everything like that too. And so you have to be able to control it so that life, and I'm circling back to the original statement that I made, is like life is not controlling you, you are controlling life. You know what I'm saying? Like we are all responsible for what transpires in our lives, whether we realize it or not. You know what I'm saying? It's about the way that our energy that we carry, the energy path that we live on. You got to know the universe. You got to know the space that you're in, either the space that you dwell in, you know. Man, cuz when you really realize this truth about life, you know what I'm saying, and really understand it and practice it, then life gets so peaceful. It creates like a heaven on earth, because you know you'll be thinking you'll be thinking that like you straight just in genie mode. You know, like just the way you can manifest it, your happiness, your joy, like all those type of things, you know, or that come with it, that come with knowing thyself, that come with knowing your surroundings. Knowing, when it says know thyself, you got to understand that we are of a vehicle of energy. You know what I'm saying? We are a container of energy. Our bodies are this. That there's an energy inside of us that keeps us going. You all know, like, when that energy leaves your body, and when it leaves this body, it's called death. You know, it's a transition. You transition thing. But Isaac Newton, when we talk about like science and stuff like that, he told you that, which he probably stole it from somebody. No, I ain't gonna say that. That's wrong. But you know how they do. Y'all know how they do. I'm keeping it real. Y'all know how they do. But yeah. So the energy is not created nor destroyed. It just transitions to different stages, right? And so, and if that ain't how they go, put it in the comments. Y'all can correct me, but I know it's something like that. I'm paraphrasing. Okay. Um, so yeah, so it's neither created nor destroyed. So it means that the energy that, you know, we have inside of us that keeps us going, it's like it transitions, it goes to different, you know, things, or but it's never destroyed, right? And so, but this body, you know, is so that's that energy inside of you that I'm talking about when I say that it works off all the energy that's in the universe too, because the universe is just a big energy field, right? Like you can't see God, like God is energy, you know. It's a race. It's either in you or it's not just me. I'm just playing, y'all. But so yeah, because I was trying to hold off to my I was building this up too, because Simone, you know, she decided not to participate in some of the events that she had qualified to participate in the Olympics, right? Which she has the power. Remember earlier we were talking about that vaccine? She has the ability to choose whether she wants to do that or not. Like, I don't care. You people can say you hire, you can say it's a contract, you whatever. You know what I'm saying? No, if I don't feel right and my mind is not right and I'm not in it, because ain't nobody else up there doing what she can do, obviously, because we know that, because the Olympics prior to her withdrawing from these events, this is what this was another thing that it irritated me about the whole situation, right? First of all, you want to tell her that she's too good and you're going to her stunts and things are not going to account for their actual value, so that other people participate and don't feel like they can let me find it and read it to y'all, because it was really just it was just the audacity the audacity of these people. And I'm so glad baby girl did what she did and had carried her way to her way the way that she did, because the audacity, what? No. And let me tell y'all what I'm talking about. So penalized for having skills other gymnasts can't pull off. This was the article and stuff that had came out when they were going to talk about, they were going to count her things, because if other gymnasts tried doing what she would do, they would possibly get hurt, and then they didn't want them to feel like the competition was just out of their range or whatever. um and then as crazy as about this, so they did that, right? So they said and came out and said this, so they let you know that they were cheating her, basically, because I look at it as cheating. If she's good, she's good. You give her what she's worth. You pay her her worth. You give her her respect. Okay, I don't care if they should inspire to do better. You feel me? Like, you cannot just say, "Oh, you're too good at this, so we're just not gonna, we don't want everybody else to feel left out, so we just gonna, lower your point, lower your stuff, your value a little bit." You say you're just gonna devalue me for the betterment of everyone else? What? The audacity. The audacity. And so then, so baby girl's like, well, now y'all messing with my mental. And I ain't in the right space to do these events. All these events y'all want to see her do, because she is the goat and she is the best. And people came to watch her, you know what I'm saying, to see what she's gonna do. Oh, wait, let me back up. Cause then when the qualification thing came around and they didn't score as high or whatever, everybody wants to look at her and everything. She's so yeah, it's like, well, if me hindering if I'm doing what I'm doing is gonna hinder my teammates, then let me give my teammates a fair chance. I'm sure she talks to them about it. Let me give them a fair chance for they to be scored off of them, their ability, and whoever else that can be coming in here and do things like that, because baby girl can only do what baby girl practice to do. You know what I'm saying? And she ain't about to water. Why would I have to water down my stunts and everything that I didn't practice and everything to do just to please who? The world? The audacity. The audacity. Maria said, no, my mental's not right. And I'm just going to sit these next couple of events out. I heard she's coming back for the balance beam. I think I seen that today. So I heard she was going to come back for the balance beam, things like that or whatever. But yes, and I was here for it. I've supported it all the way. I support it all the way. You do what it is that is best for you. You don't let no one else tell you what we're gonna do. These Olympic things, just like they did with Shakara Richardson. They want to sit up there and penalize that baby girl for marijuana intake or whatever. And even though she was her suspension was over, they still didn't put her in a relays. Like, they just didn't let her run at all. Like, you putting somebody on punishment. The audacity. Then I seen this ignorant post too, because the girl that shout out to Jamaica though, because Jamaica swept first, second, and third in the 100 meters. So if y'all keeping up with the Olympics, I like track, so yeah, I be the stuff saying that because the times are amazing. But they were saying because the time was faster than Shakar Richardson. But what people don't understand is when you got people around you that are good at that, are as good as you, or even better, it makes you strive to do better. That's why you don't ever want to be the richest in the room. You don't ever want to be the smartest in the room. None of that. That's why it says you keep like-minded people around you. The Quran says that, I know it's a more American, but the Quran says that communicate with the wise for their own improvement. You know what I'm saying? Like you can always get better at something that it is that you're doing, or that you're interested in. Like you can always grow, you know. So, and then I don't never want to be, if I'm the top, that means that's the limit. No, I want to be around other people. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing in track. When you got people run next to you that run just as fast as you, it's gonna make you run faster. So don't say that, they want to come out talking about, oh, she would have got beat anyway. Let's not. Okay, let's not do that about her. And then the tennis girl. I'm so proud of all these. Just our women. You know what I'm saying? Basically, kind of standing up to the world, like it's the Olympics games and stuff like that. It reminds me of the Hunger Games, like for real. Like it reminds me of the movie of the Hunger Games. Like entertainment, they just use it. Just reminds me of how they continue to use us to entertain them and to make money off of us, off of our talents and everything like that. But then we come back home and we can't get fair rates in our credit scores, or when we go to the bank to get a loan, or when we want to go buy a house, or when we just want to walk down the street and not get bothered by police, or you know what I'm saying, any of the type of things that we want to do, just live a regular life or whatever. But no, when it comes to entertaining us, then just do your job and everything like that. And all these sports are like this because we dominate in everything that we do. You know what I'm saying? It's not this, it's in our blood. It's who we are as beings, you know what I'm saying? As these God made in the image and after the likeness, you know what I'm saying? Like human beings, that's who we are. So, and this melanin be popping. Like, and so yes, we end up dominating in anything that we get into, you know what I'm saying? But eventually we're going to end up dominating it, that sports or whatever, that sport, that whatever, music, it's whatever, you know what I'm saying? Let's look at history. And so they use that and they used to use Olympic games and stuff, and then try to use it against us, and then make it seem like we don't have no choice but to do what they tell us to do. The audacity. No, the audacity is beyond me. Like, no, no, ma'am. And so I'm so proud of all of them just standing up for what it is that they wanted to do for their mental well being, for not telling nobody, for not letting nobody tell them who they could be or who they couldn't be or what they have to do or when they have to do it. Like, just not being able to be controlled by the world. And that's a sense of peace that we all should strive for. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a no judgment zone. It's like if you stop judging, that's like I don't try to judge no situation or whatever. It ain't good, it ain't bad, it's just a situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to do something, whatever, and we're gonna have to do something to get it started. But it's just a situation. And so yeah, I probably need to take a break, but I'm probably gonna need to get out of here within the next 10 minutes. Mr. Walker, do I need to take a break? Yes, no, keep going. He can't even hear me. Okay, I don't have to take one. Okay, cool. Okay, so yeah, so I definitely was very proud, like just extremely proud of, you know what I'm saying, that situation and how those things was handled and everything like that. And like I was saying, I'm sorry, I'm kind of repeating myself to get myself back on track because um what I was saying is kind of how earlier in the segment we was talking about mindset. It's like if you and controlling our own life, you know what I'm saying? Those sisters did a prime example of what controlling your life means. You know what I'm saying? Like doing what it is exactly what that it is that you want to do, and not worrying about the judgment that will be put on from you from whoever, and being in that position of what they're in. It's like the whole world's looking at them. It's like everybody has an opinion. It's so many. It's just out there like that, right? But and see, in our own personal lives, we got to look at it. We find ourselves comparing to family, our friends, worrying about what they think about the decision that we chose to make about whatever, in our life, or just, just like the pressure of the world around you, the people around you, it's like what it is that you're doing and everything like that. But also it comes a lot of responsibility with, because it comes a lot of responsibility with taking control of your own life. And what I mean by that is because earlier I had said that life, don't let life control you, you control life, right? And I started off saying, but I want to get more into that. So I started saying that, that's done with your thoughts, but it's easier said than done. It's very easier said than done, right? Because you got a lot of outside forces that come, and just being in this world, just being in life, just life period. It's like life is a game, right? You got some things you can see, some things are unseen, some things you don't see coming. And so, and then it's like I was talking to a friend, and he was just saying how especially within the business, that he's in or whatever, so it'd be up, then it'd just go down, and things kind of be down or whatever, but not rock. And I told him, I said, well, as long as it don't hit rock bottom, you good, you know what I'm saying? Even if it hit rock bottom, but as we get older and mature, we don't, life fluctuates, but you don't want to hit it. You don't want to go to the bottom every time, right? It's like, I'm 33, so the bottom, been to the bottom enough. Like, certain levels, you might go down, but I don't need to go back up, whatever. But anyway, but those type of things happen to us because we had to get tested. We can't, a lot of times we make these outside forces our gods, they're idols, right? Money is the biggest idol, like false idol god ever. That's like driven us, like how we move, everything. Like, it is the biggest and the hardest one to conquer because you need money to survive. You need money in your life to be able to live the life that you want to live, that you envision for yourself or whatever. It takes money. But however, you have to understand that it's not what you will do for that money, because when you living out your passion or doing what it is that you're supposed to do or following your path in a sense, a righteous path at that, the money comes with it. The money comes automatically, right? You got to have the faith in there because you know that you need money, right? So it's just like, so yeah, but it's the hardest one because it's the one that gets us down the most. You can be having your bank account, if you're not like a real good saver or something like me, like I'm just now getting into wanting to save and get into saving all a lot, or certain amounts and for certain things or whatever. But it'd be to the point where you be looking at your account and you be like, I don't really have no money. I know this about to come up, this about to come up. You looking at about what's about to come up, what you gotta pay, like all kind of things like that. That's how money starts controlling you. You know what I'm saying? Or it kind of has effects on your emotions because those type of things get you down. It can either get you depressed. It could get you into a mode where you feel like in your lower self, you don't know what you got to do, like doubt, self-doubt. It's like all these lower vibration things, right? If you have some money and someone take it from you, you get angry. You know what I'm saying? That's anger. It's associated with joy. They say money can't buy happiness, but most of the happiest, well, I ain't gonna say the happiest people, because it's once you change your mindset about it, right? And you understand that if you're, like I said, if you're doing what you love and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing because that's what you're supposed to be doing, the money's gonna come with it, right? And it's gonna be more than you can ever account. It's all about what you want to do. Like, I me personally, my whole thing is generational wealth. Like, I want to be that person to establish that generational wealth. I want my nieces and nephews and grandchildren, if I get to that point, or whoever, I want them to be trust fund babies. Like, you know what I'm saying? I want them to be able to be set up in a place of life to where it's not where they got to get there. I want them to start there. Like, we got there for you. You start here and keep going, and keep, like, just keep pushing forward forward and keep getting better and things like that. And hopefully, it continue on or whatever. But I want to be that person to, establish that things, a land, owning land, houses that have been in the family 100 years, like, like just good, this things, legacy. Like that's just me. It's always been my passion, and helping people. So I don't know. Um, but yeah, so that, that's my whole thing or whatever. So it's like a lot of things that I do in my life is, I have a lot of businesses. I try to do getting the business and stocks and all these things like that. All these things that, create a wealth and mentality, and even changing my mindset, like how you think and how you learn about finances. Well, that's one thing that are, and I wasn't even supposed to be getting into money. I don't know how I went to money, but that's because I was telling you guys that it wasn't money. We'll have that conversation again, because that's not even where I was going with this. I was thinking about talking about your life not controlling you and you controlling your life. And that is a certain level of faith. I don't care what you got faith in. You know what I'm saying? I don't care whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you atheist, you whatever, all the rest of them that's out there, Hebrew, all of them, whoever you are, whatever race you are, you know what I'm saying? Just like whatever you believe in, there's a whole thing to think of. See, we talk about these universal laws. I talk about universal laws a lot, and one of the universal laws is of the law of polar opposites, right? And so you always got these opposites of energy, and so faith is just believing in energy, believing in a higher power, no matter what you call it, no matter where you think it comes from, like, it's out there, right? You have faith in that, right? Most people, because they know we came from somewhere, like humans, this earth, like it came from somewhere, you know what I'm saying? It just like, whatever. So yeah. But, and then, but then you got fear. And so fear to me is like the polar opposite of faith, because you can't have both of them at the same time. They can't dwell in the same space. It's kind of like light and dark. The more light moves in, the more darkness moves out. You know what I'm saying? So the more faith moves in, the more fear moves out, right? So it's like, for instance, I had a fear of flying on airplanes, right? I had never been on an airplane. I was like 17. I didn't want to get on no airplane. Like in my mind, I'm scared of heights. Like I don't want to get on no plane, whatever. But then I got invited to the Junior Olympics, and it was in Miami, and I lived in Kansas City. And my mom was like, "We getting on this plane." And I'm like, I was like, I didn't even want to go. I was just like, I'm fine. I don't have to go. I don't have to run, because that's how bad I didn't want to get on no plane. And my mom was like, why don't you want to get on this plane? Like, she said, talks about, like, you can't be scared. You don't have no fear. Like, you don't have faith in God. Nothing's going to happen to you. Like, all these things, I'm paraphrasing or whatever. But she made me get on that plane. I didn't want to. Now that's my favorite way to travel. Ever since I done rode on a plane, I love planes. I would rather get on a plane. You know what I'm saying? Now I travel out the country and all kind of stuff, which if I still had this fear of planes, I would never be able to do. So I definitely, oh, dang, there go the text. So I definitely, was, my faith in a higher power protecting me or being over me, you know what I'm saying, outweigh my fear. So I'm getting on now. Now, like, after that was when I was like 17. Nowadays, I can't think of where I have fear anywhere in my life, or any area in my life. Like, that's just not something that I have, and it kind of like anger management, like it was like a fear management type of things or whatever. But when you've been through a lot of things, then you really your faith gets strengthened. And that's what I was going through about, going towards to life, because it's like, it's a verse in the Quran that says, without a foe a soldier never knows his strength. And so it's like, if we don't, and strength is the exercise of thought. Thought is the exercise of strength. I think it's thought is the exercise of strength. Um, so, and what that means is, like, life is always gonna test you to see where you are, to see if your how strong your mind is, to see where your strength is, to see where your faith is. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna test you to see, but it's like, are you gonna fold under pressure? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna move? That's why we have these highs and lows in life, and that's why you can't put your that's why you can't have your faith or make money. Now it's coming all back full circle. Now you can't have that's why you can't have money be focused so much on money and how much money you have, and letting money control like your outside forces of how you feel or anything like that when it comes to anything. And it's not really just like money. I just use money as an example, but any outside force, even other people, love, like intimacy, love, and all these other kind of things or whatever, like all these type of outside forces, we can control how we think about it, which is how we perceive it, which is how we go about those type of things. And that's us controlling our life and not life controlling us, you know, because you, yeah. uh, yeah, so yeah, that's how I was going with that, and that's what I just want us to be able to practice more of, and because that's, like I said, that's what it means to know thyself and to really create pure happiness and things and everything that it is that we do, and to be in control of our lives, and not letting others and other people and things like that control what it is that we do. I know I didn't take a break because I know I'm have to cut out here a little bit early, but I do want to go. I do want to get the Holy Covenant of the Asiatic Nation out the way real fast, not out the way. And I hope y'all understand. I guess one day I need to do a show over. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all want me to do a show over the Holy Covenant Asiatic Nation. Just breaking it down line by line, what I'm saying, what it's saying, why I say it. I think I might do it anyway, whether y'all put it in the comments or not. But so anyway, real quick, ye are the children of one father, provided for by his care, and the breast of one mother have given ye suck. Let the bonds of affection, therefore, unite thee with thy brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in our Father's house. And when you separate in the world, remember the relation that bonded you to love and unity. And prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. If thy brother's in adversity, assist him. If thy sister's in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all in your love to each other. Peace.